Is there anything better than breaking your favorite product for your 40th birthday? Probably. In any case, it's 2017 Topps Museum Collection. I busted a whole case over the weekend, and this is my gut reaction. And I seem to have forgotten to keep a box to throw at the screen. Whoops. Remember, folks, these gut reaction videos contain my opinions and my opinions alone. The rating system I use here, completely subjective and arbitrary. Really doesn't mean anything. Pluses for the things that I like, and minuses for the things that I don't. Alright, let's get cracking. No codes were stolen during the recording of this video. Topps Museum Collection is actually my favorite product to bust every year, but I was getting kind of nervous about what kind of case to expect. I'd heard reports of laundry tag hot cases. I actually heard 2 reports about that now. I heard about Tyler Austin signing Aaron Judge cards, and I don't mean sticker autos, I mean on the card. I'd also heard about the very weird printing mistake that cropped up last year, like this one. We were fortunate enough to get a case that exceeded my expectations, and I feel really represented the product as a whole. This would be about what you would expect if you purchased a case for yourself. Anybody else really distracted by Rudolph over here? 2017 Topps Museum Collection is an overall gorgeous set. From the hits, to the one insert set, to the base cards. They made absolutely sure that every part of this product is completely collectible. Let's take a look at the base cards here, for example. Now, it's not your typical throwaway filler garbage that you would find in other high-end products. Seems to me that Topps took the time to make sure that the base cards looked just as good as the hits. Nice, thick, sturdy stock, an elegant, simple design. The foil stamping suits the design. Everything about it looks great. Even the insert set looks gorgeous. I do have one little nit to pick on those insert sets, though. Now, Museum Collection has done this for a couple of years now, but I still don't get why they say, "Congratulations, you've received a blah blah blah" on the back of these insert cards. You're basically equating this card to this card. Other than that, this whole product looks amazing, and that gets a plus. Sticking with the design theme here, I really felt that the parallels just popped right off the cards. I had a problem with Series 2 in that I almost missed the powder blue parallels when I was sorting through the cards. No problem sorting through these cards at all. Of course, when you stick bright colors against a black background, you better not miss them, but man, these parallels are just gorgeous, and of course, that's gonna get a plus. Maybe if I just turn my head this way, people won't notice that my nose has decided to go through puberty again. Now, in a hit-heavy product like this, especially at its price point, you would expect the hits to be well done, and in fact, they were very well done. These are not low-end hits by any stretch of the imagination. Even the plain jersey swatches that were inserted in some of these hits looked great in the design. The patches in here blew my mind. The on-card autographs were probably the most plain thing in the set. Unbelievably gorgeous looking. Of course, the major draw to this product is the framed autograph, which, if memory serves, started out as an insert autograph somewhere else and was so popular it blew up into its own product, kind of like Strata did out of Flagship. Even the easiest to pull hits were so well executed and so beautiful in design that it did not take away from the product like some low-end hits do in other products. And for that, I'm going to give this a plus. Now, I know I just gave the hits a plus, but there was one hit type that I felt just didn't really belong with the rest of the product. It was still well designed, but in the sticker autos, there's this awkward white cloud kind of hanging behind the sticker. I know you need to be able to see the autograph on the sticker, and you need a lighter color back there, and with these really dark backgrounds, you need something there, but an awkward white cloud when you have such straight angles and lines just didn't seem to make sense. Now, I know a big white block probably wouldn't have looked any better, but this just seemed to take away from such a great looking product, and unfortunately, that part of the set is going to get a minus. Now, unfortunately, one thing that did bother me about this great set that I love so much is their checklist. Now, don't get me wrong, I do realize that a high-end set like this is going to be limited on their base set checklist, especially when they're only doing 100 cards in the base set. However, what does bother me is that there wasn't one single Phillies card on the base set. There wasn't one single Rays card on the base set. and there wasn't one single Twins card on the base set. And I'm a Twins fan and collector, so that offends me. No, I get it. Your checklist is small. You want to fill it up with as many of the higher selling players as you can, but you're telling me you couldn't have squeezed in Mike Schmidt? You couldn't have put Wade Boggs in there as a Ray? You couldn't have put in, I don't know, Harmon Killebrew or Rod Carew in there? And I know, the Phillies, Rays, and Twins aren't exactly lighting up the baseball scene.
Twins are in first place in the American League Central.
And what you've really done is you've shut out at least 3 different groups of collectors from this amazing product that everyone should want to collect. And for that, I'm going to give you a minus. Now, this is a high-end product, so naturally you're going to end up spending a bit more. However, what you get in return is well worth the money that you're spending. If you're a hit hunter, this is an obvious product to collect. You get about 50 hits in one case, and they're not just any old hits either. As I've already explained, they are gorgeous and they are highly collectible. That also lends itself well to those who are just in it to flip it. The potential for return on investment is huge in these cards. And for those just looking for the thrill of opening a box of cards, I don't think you're ever going to have more fun opening a box of cards than you will with Topps Museum Collection. So far this year, I would say that Topps Museum Collection gives you your biggest bang for the buck. You're not going to have to spend Dynasty or Mint or Diamond Icons type of money to get the same type of high quality hits, and in some cases, maybe even higher quality. And for that, I'm going to give this a plus. 2017 Topps Museum Collection was a super fun product to open. Excellent design, amazing hits, great value. Even though I'd have liked to have seen some Twins and Rays and Phillies cards mixed in there, I still had a great time. 2017 Topps Museum Collection is top loader worthy. You know, that's the highest rating I've given a product this year. How would you rate 2017 Topps Museum Collection? Vote in the poll at the top of this video here. Ratings from top to bottom, best and worst are slabbed and graded, top loader, binder, shoebox, and bicycle spoke. Want to see all the great hits that we pulled out of our 2017 Topps Museum Collection charity case break? Check out this hits recap here. And be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And as always, keep cracking that wax.